first ever OTN 10K Karate Clash, a winner-takes-all promotion as promoted by Mr. Joe Long. I'm Malcolm Martin. I'm pleased to have with me the all-time karate legend Tiki Donovan OBE, the current England coach. Tiki, tremendous atmosphere out there already.
Yes, it's brilliant. A lot of people turned out, a lot of old faces. This should be something really good.
Well, let's just run quickly through this first group. We have Martin Rice, Kane Canning, Noel Mantock, Leon Walters, Andy Rusen, Paul Newby and Darren Haynes. Tiki, now you know some of these guys really well.
Yeah, well, I've worked with some of them. I've still got 3 of these guys are still on the national team. Anything can happen on the day.
So let's recap. 10,000, winner takes all. Basically the richest prize ever in traditional karate, Tiki.
Yes, the richest ever that's been put up. So I'm very interested. As you can see, there's a lot, very much interest, a lot of interest. For Chico, the referee.
And I believe there he's just given Martin Rice the decision because Roger couldn't turn up.
Yeah. So we've got 1 referee and 3 judges, which are, you can see one of them just in view there. So the referee will be guided by the judges on scoring, but he will have the overall say.
So that will be over 3-minute rounds, and what sort of points will we be looking for? If you're a layman watching this possibly for the first time, Tiki, what sort of point system are we going to have?
Right, it might take you a while to get into it if you haven't watched karate before, but for a good head kick will be 3 points. For a body kick will be 2 points. Any one punch will be 1 point. Unless you sweep your opponent, turn him off balance, then it will be 2 points. If you sweep or do a takedown, so they're on the floor and you punch down, that will be 3 points. So they'll be going for the kicks, I hope.
So as announced, Kane Canning and Noel Mantock. Now, knowing Kane, is he more of a kicker or a puncher, Tiki?
He's mainly a puncher, but he's been working a lot on his kicks since the new rules come in. These new rules have only been in a year now. So he's been working a lot on his legs.
And they have been designed to make karate more spectacular for the spectators, because you will go for the higher scoring kicks rather than the punches, hopefully.
That's right. I mean, someone can do a lot of work, score 3 punches, and then with 1 kick, they're even again.
Right, so here we go, and I will bow to experience during the course of the fight with Tiki, the current England coach, one of our great karate legends, and he'll talk us through this. Noel started very brightly with, as you said, going for those kicks, Tiki.
Yeah, very much so. Kane's in the red belt, Noel's in the blue. It's a bit messy at the moment. They've got to settle down. This is the nerves coming in. It's very messy to start. They've got to settle themselves.
Now, is that a normal sized area for them to fight on, or is it slightly larger?
It's a normal size, only normally it would go a bit more. There's 1 point given to Kane for a punch there. They've got to be very careful. Take down there, and as it before, the referee had already pulled the there, which means stop, so no point there.
So about how long, we've got 3 minutes, about how long do you think for these 2 guys before the adrenaline settles down and they get into their rhythm?
About now they'll be settling down. The first fight's always the worst one for you. You've just got to get through the first one. They've got to be very careful they don't go off this area though, because there's a drop either side. So
yeah, spatial awareness will be important.
There's a good point to Red. Another punch to Kane. He's settling down now.
Both these men are experienced, but how much will knowing that it's going to go on Sky Sports, that it's for 10,000, will that affect their attitudes compared to how they would normally fight, Tiki?
Not now. Not now it started. Before that they would, but so once they're into the fight now, all they see now is their opponent.
When they settle into a rhythm like this, to me it seems obviously that Noel is more the aggressor. Is Kane one of those guys that's happy to counter to bring his man on?
He likes to counter, but what's happened now? Now since Kane scored it.
to make some noise and show your appreciation for the fighters.
That's a point back to Noel, isn't it? Yeah. So now, what's happened? Kane scored the first 2. You can see Noel's working on him, trying to pull his punch out now, trying to draw him out instead of just throwing anything at him. Pick it up now. It's 2-1.
Yes, obviously I don't think age will take a moment, but again Kane seems very fast off the mark, Tiki.
He was very fast then, but he looked like he walked into a punch. But The referee has the best angle for it. Another punch went past. So they've just got to get their target and the focus. You know, they start their punch, but the head's only got to move. They've only got to move their eye contact a fraction to the left, and the punch just goes right off the body.
And one thing we must stress in karate, clean technique is so important, isn't it?
Very important. Pull that punch out from Kane.
I thought the kick landed there, Tikiano.
It looked short to me. It looked short, though. I think Kane should be more alert there. I mean, he done one and then he come back with a double.
So at this moment in time, who do you feel has maybe got the ascendancy just at the moment?
Well, the longer the fight goes on, the younger man should be the fittest. As I say, Noel made the mistakes and walked into Kane's punching, but he's changed the fight around now, and he's fighting a much more tactical fight. One judge says that went past, and one referee says it's in. So that's three to Kane, 1 to Noel. So Noel will go for one of them kicks, so he's going to have to try and pull a kick back now.
As you said, as soon as you said that, he tried, and then Kane looking for the sweep.
Yeah. I mean, if I was on the line now with Kane, I'd be telling him, watch his legs, and he's coming for the kick now. So it's good to see him thinking that out.
And as you mentioned earlier, that in close-up there, we saw on the floor Noel taking a really deep breath. He looks quite tired now.
He does look tired. So there's a lot of people out there, and there's not a lot of air.
So there you have it, our first fight, Kane Canning, Noel Mantott, and Kane gets the decision as predicted by Tiki Donovan.
Next fight will be interesting now, Leon Walters and Andy Rosen. Leon has got to be one of the favourites. He's got to be one of the firm favourites for the overall actually, but especially in this group one.
Do you know much about Andy, Tiki?
I don't know too much about Andy. As I say, I work with Leon on the squad, and he's gold heavyweight, World Open in Copenhagen, silver open weight in the UKGB regionals, bronze heavyweight in the European Open.
And he's a very, very strong young man, isn't he?
Strong, yeah. Leon, as long as he keeps his control, he's very fast.
So Leon Walters in the red, Andy Rosen in the blue.
So 1 point to Leon, reverse punch.
Obviously Leon is forcing the issue here, isn't he?
Another punch, just pulled off a little bit quick there. Be careful of that. I might see the punch finish more.
With the advantage that Leon's got now, if you were there seconding Andy Rosen, how would you tell him to get back at this man?
I'd tell him to get his hands working. He's not working underneath a lot, he's going over the top a lot. And Leon's going under, so, you know, there's another point to Leon. He's form at the moment, as long as he keeps cool and he keeps his control. He's a very fit boy, and sometimes he can hit hard, as we just saw there. But now, look, he's breathing heavy, and I know he's fit, so there's not a lot of air out there. Give another point, you know.
Yes, he's really going in fast now, Tiki. He's fired up, isn't he? I mean, lovely hands and feet together there.
Yeah. So he's got to start getting them combinations going now. Play to the crowd now. Another punch. He's got a warning there for stopping, Andy, so... and a bobby there for stopping and turning round. And it's another point with the front hand there.
And the thing is with these guys, they know it's the richest prize in traditional karate history, and there's no second chance. Once you're out, it's a long walk back up those steps, isn't it?
Very long walk back. And I'm saying this, you know, they're going for the spectacular thing, but I suppose at the back of their mind, they've still got to be thinking of £10,000 is a lot of difference to another point.
But outside of that, knowing the names that have been gathered here, which is an exceptional list, I imagine they'll want to win for its own sake as well when they take it. They'll know this is being televised. They'll want it for personal pride as much as anything.
Oh, definitely. I mean, once they start fighting, they'd forget which competition they're in. The most important thing is just to beat the person who's in front of you.
But they are in a
2
10th.
points there for a kick. That's it.
It's all over. So once again, Leon Walters, as predicted by Tiki, goes through, leaving us a final round. Paul Newby versus Darren Haynes.
So 9-0 for Leon against Andy. You'd be pleased with that, Leon. Good first one under the belt.
And Paul and Darren will know that Leon will be the next opponent if they get through this.
Yes, yes.
They seem very well balanced size-wise. In age, Paul's 24, Darren's 23, so that won't be a factor either, Tiki.
Back kick there. Nice back kick. No, but on our monitor, they look the same to me, but they're not. Paul's a lot smaller than Darren. He scored 2 points for a back kick there. That would be a warning for dropping his head, I think. He's got him a bobby. Another point to Paul.
So again, what can Darren do? Because at the moment it's one-way traffic to being honest, Paul Newby. Again, if you were coaching the opposite man, Darren, what can he do to negate this?
Well, he's got to start. First of all, if you look, he's not hardly throwing anything. He's bouncing with Paul. Look at Paul's work rate. Darren's got to start throwing techniques. He's not going to get anything with just bouncing with him. Another point to Paul.
In control here, looking, we think, to face Leon Walters in the next round, which will be an intriguing contest. Because you said he's happy out there at the moment, isn't he, Tiki? He's found his range.
There's a kick. Was that last one? He dropped his head again then, Paul. He's got to be, I've told him about that on a lot of occasions. The referee's giving him a warning again. He drops his head and looks at the floor. And he will get another warning for that, I think. Yes, and that will give a point away now. It's his second Mabobby. His second warning for losing eye position.
Again, Tiki, for those that are maybe watching karate on Sky for the first time, why is that so important? Why is that warning given to him?
Oh, there's a kick. There's a kick to the head. Superb. It's dangerous because you can't see what's coming. And someone, 3 points. Good place for kick there.
Coming towards the end now, and Paul Newby really in control of this, Tiki.
Superb punch again. He's settled now. I don't think Darren's got a lot of chance with Paul. He's far in front. Point overall there. I think with that one.
Could that simply be with Darren, the occasion getting to him? Because, as you said, his work rate has been very poor, really, overall.
Yes, Darren was he was a good junior international. Then he had a back injury. He was out for quite a while. I'd say Paul is really training hard, and he's up for the good kick. Darren, was that too far away? But he's left it late to do this. That was he should have come out doing that, not doing it when he's tired.
Yes, too little, too late there from Darren Haynes.
Give him that kick round the back, or was it a punch?
I think it was a punch there, Tiki.
That's his first actual score now. Paul, see, he's looking tired now, and he's just, one of the judges just put the flag up to give Blue a warning there. Kikoku, they're giving a point away now. It's his second warning for bad head position, looking down.
We had a quick view of the crowd there, Tiki, and this was sold out 5 weeks prior to the engagement. That must be good for karate.
Joe puts a lot of work into these shows. Joe and Paul, when they've done the 3-on-3, and he's done this, so he's got a good following. He's put a lot of work into this, Joe.
Yes, Joe Long, our promoter, securing outdoor television network for the 10K Karate Clash.
Martin Rice versus Kale Palin.
Now, Tiki, Martin hasn't fought, he got the bye. Will this be important? Will this affect Kane, the fact that Martin's fresh coming on?
No, it can affect Martin. Actually, what Kane should do is get straight into him because he's had his fight now, he's settled.
Who do you see at the end of this fight going through?
Kane, I would say, but I do know Kane, but I know Kane is very fit at the moment. I say he's training hard for these World Championships. He's just scored a point there with a punch.
So first thoughts on Martin, having had a chance to look at him now, Tiki, in this fight.
Well, he's watched Kane. You know, at least he's had the opportunity to watch Kane. Kane hasn't had the opportunity to watch Martin, but straight away what he's seen Kane win on punches, and he's walked straight into the first punch. So he's got to start working to pull his punches out. To pull him, try and make him make a mistake, and then follow him back in. Yeah, I tried it there, but he was a bit slow there. The judge's flag went out for red.
And I noticed as well that Martin, when he was waiting there to draw the man on, he was very, very flat-footed, he seemed.
When he's for a kick there, but he's saying the punch at his elbow, but he's pointing to him for the kick round the back. No, he's given the punch. Martin says he punched his elbow, but you have 3 judges and a referee.
And the 3 judges are spaced. It's not as if they're all in one position either, is it, Tiki?
They're spaced out. I can see another flag out there, a red flag for Kane from one of the judges, but the referee just indicated that blue scored first. So it'll be interesting to see what preparation they've done for the competition. They say we went to Iran where Kane took a silver, and the fighting out there was very hard. There was 7 countries out there, and the Iranians had 4 in every category, and they're good fighters in Iran. So Kane fought well there, so he's done his preparation. If someone's just done their training and not done actual competition, they get out there and it's a completely different ball game. It's just like a boxer being ring rusted.
And do you think possibly looking, this is maybe what's affecting Martin, because he does seem very flat and very static to me as an outsider.
Yeah, he didn't put the work in, you know. He got on the floor and he's waiting for something to happen, and you just got to make it happen. Another win for Kane. That was a win of 4-1.
So we have our first quarter-finalist, Kane Canning, and we shall see who he's going to meet between Leon and Paul. Now this one has given us what we wanted, the good big and the good little one, Tiki.
Very much so. It's going to be very exciting.
And the next fight's on fight 6, Leon Walters versus Paul Newby.
Leon, you know, people have him up as a favourite, but of course Paul will not just let it go.
So when you coach someone and it's an open weight like it is now, how do you coach him to get inside or to combat Leon's skills?
Let's see who they gave that to. There was a point when they both punched there, and that's whether Paul got in first, which he looked like he did. This is what Leon's going to have to keep him his distance. If he see, he's done exactly, he's let Paul into his territory, and Paul's got to keep moving all the time. If he stands in and settles, Leon will be going for a sweep or be going for the big one. So, punch again from Paul.
Because I know going into this, I did a lot of interviews with people that were very excited, and Leon was one of the names that came up regularly that could possibly walk away with this £10,000 ticket.
He could very well do. He's one of the favourites.
But unless he comes to terms with the way Paul's fighting at the moment, he might just be walking away.
He might be. He's just got caught with a kick round the back there. Leon's got to work. It looked like a punch first to Leon, and then Paul came over the top. But it looked like it was first to Red. The referee's asking for the judges. Yeah.
Yes, Tiki Donovan right in his call there. Point to Leon.
Still needs to get another one, Leon.
So far, I'm pleased to say no problems with the fact that the area is raised, although it does seem to be causing Paul. Paul's pointed to the edge of the area twice, Tiki.
Well, he's given him another warning, which is give a point away, so they're equal points now, and that's a point to Leon. That was a silly move from Paul. He squared right onto his reverse punch. This is Paul. He starts looking around, doing all these silly things instead of keeping his head on what he's got to do, the job he's got to do in there.
Yes, his concentration just seems to have lapsed there for the moment. He clearly pointed to the referee at something on the edge of the area, and then, as you said, immediately Leon got the punch.
That's right. You shouldn't do that. Now it's 4-3, I've got it now. No, Leon, no, don't sit back. Just keep working with him. It's time out. I've got the score as 4-3. So Paul had the run in there for a while, and then he came off it. So it's experience come out there with Leon. Leon is a former world champion.
Right, so here we go with Group 2 of this first ever 10K Karate Challenge, sponsored by OTN, as promoted by Mr. Joe Long. Once again, I'm pleased to be with you. I'm Malcolm Martin, and I have with me the karate legend Tiki Donovan, OBE. Tiki, Group 2. Let's have a quick look at them. We've got Sean Vieira, Dean Draper, Jim Green, Paul Simmons, Carlton Webster, Rory Daniels, Craig Burke, and Stephen Crease. Any of these guys you can give us the lowdown on?
Yes, I know Rory Daniels, Craig Burke, Paul Simmons, Sean Vieira and Dean Draper. Again, we've got a big age gap here. Dean from Wales and Sean from Sports Martial Arts. If he's put the work in, I mean, he's got a lot of titles there. He's fighting someone with less experience. Let's just see what work he's done on the rules.
The one thing I will say for Sean is, even at 35, he's a supremely fit athlete. He's still competing regularly. And can he make the transition to the karate rules against someone that does karate in such an important tournament?
I mean, these new rules are more to his favour than the old rules, I should think, with the kicking, and he seems to be leaning back on his punching there a little bit.
I think Dean actually scored first there, if they're going to give it Tiki, and then caught one in the face slightly afterwards from Sean.
I didn't see that. I was looking down at the paperwork then, but he did. You're right, completely right. So it's 1-2 Dean. There's a kick there.
Kick. Yes, I just noticed there, Tiki, beforehand, Sean came in with that back fist, but I don't think it'll suit this style of competition.
It won't score a lot, no. He needs to really get his legs moving.
And I think also it will set him up for the counter.
Yeah. Right, so he's 4 down now. Let's. There's a Mabobi there, should be. Or was there contact again? And I think that's why there's a big crowd. He's got a warning, Kikoku, give 1 point away. He doesn't want to give any more, because the next one will be 2 points away. What should be going through his head? I've got to try this now, I've got to try that. He still seems to be just working with his hands. Another point to Dean.
Yes, Sean Vieira, a great sportsman in his own discipline. Yeah, Sean still to get off the mark here. He will try right till the end of this, but he's not getting much joy at the moment.
Another
beautiful kick there
Another
from Dean.
kick, yes. He's pulled him into that corner. And what Sean's doing is he's following him, but he's not actually attacking him. As he's going after him, but he's not attacking. That's a win.
Big win there for Dean Draper. Sean Vieira, one of the dark horses, very modest beforehand, said he's just going to give it his best.
And next fight 8, Gene Green versus Paul Simmons.
Gene Green and Paul Simmons. Now, Paul was a very good under-21 competitor, and I haven't seen him fight for quite a long time now, so this will be interesting.
Much more balanced start, this one, between two karateka. I think that must have been playing a bit on Dean's mind in the last fight, that the unpredictability of Vieira, that at least these two guys will know what the other one's going to do roughly, aren't they, Tiki?
Yeah, well, Jim in the red belt just got a warning there. Whether he stopped and turned away or did he step out the area, not too far out, so he would have disappeared. But he was given a warning there, a bit of contact that looked a bit messy. Messy there. So you've got Jim Green in the red belt and Paul Simmons in the blue. A warning there. They don't look like they've got plans. They should be coming out with their plans all ready to go. They pull in, and they're just a little bit one technique.
How important is that? As you said, they're Group 2, they've had time to warm up, they've had time to think. How important is that preparation? When you get the likes to come of Wayne Otto, how would they be preparing themselves and thinking their way through this tournament?
Wayne will be not talking very much. He'll be up in the mountains. But Wayne will come out with plans. Point to Paul. And a warning to Jim. Another warning. That's 2 warnings he's had. So now the score is 2 points to Paul and 0 to Jim.
Looking at the
face kick, see, it was a one technique. He just tried to kick instead of feinting with his hands to try and bring Paul's hands down, feint with a punch and then come up with the leg. There's a bit too much one technique.
It is a bit messy at the moment, this bout.
I'd be telling Paul to settle down more to as soon as he moves, just to punch as soon as he moves. But Jim, I will be telling you, you've got to start pulling something out the bag now. You need combinations again. One front hander. He's just doing one techniques.
And at 34, though, he's experienced, Dickie. As I said, the 5 times Northern Ireland Open champion. So it's not as if we're talking someone of a novice stature here, are we?
No, exactly. They both went in with punches then, and another one's been given to Paul. So now, Jim, you've got to do some work. He said one technique again. I think, Paul's got the eye for that kick now. He needs to bring it out after a combination.
So there we have it. Big win for Paul Simmons. Jim Green goes out. So Dean Draper will face Paul Simmons, and we have up next Carlton Webster and Rory Daniels, Dickie.
Yes, but it's just that sometimes Rory too much, a lot of face punches there. He's already made contact. Cross hands, aiming for contact. Rory is a good fighter though. He's one that just gets in and throws everything. Rory's doing all the work.
I was just about to say, you took the words out of my mouth. Carlton seems happy to let Rory come in, but he doesn't seem to be doing much in return when he does get into range.
No, he's not doing much at all. And another kick nearly reached him there. There's a warning there for Carlton in the red belt. And my Bobby looking away. Another kick there. Didn't score it.
Surely though it's only a matter of time, because the one thing I've noticed with the way Carlton throws his punch off the lead hand, without trying to be unfair to him, it's a bit ineffective at the moment, isn't it, Tiki, the way he throws that lead hand?
Yeah, and then he drops it. 1 point to Rory. It's only a matter of time if he keeps throwing them kicks. Good punch to the body there. Just pulled off a little bit too quick for me, but I'd like to see him sit in there a bit more, but another good score. There was a kick, another one just missed, another warning, looking away and going away, another Bobby, which gives Kikoku, which gives Rory another point. This is from Kyokushinkai not understanding the rules, so this is a little mess-up that can come, and he's probably got a warning, doesn't know what he's got it for.
But again, it seems to me very strange, the way Carlton throws that lead hand.
Yeah.
It's almost fully extended before he even throws
Oh,
it.
there's a beautiful kick. There's a beautiful kick. Shurama Shigeri, roundhouse back kick. Superb. That one, he owned his hips. That was lovely. Katrina Lowe in there shouting. Junior world champion.
And a lovely girl to boot, Tiki.
Yeah,
Lovely character.
Well, she trains with Rory now.
But he'd been threatening that right throughout, hadn't he?
It had to happen. And what I've got to say is Carlton wasn't blocking. His hands weren't there to fight Rory.
Well, this will be our last group fight in Group 2 of this, the 10K Challenge. Dean Draper will already fight Paul Simmons, and these two young men, Craig Burke and Stephen Creese, will be fighting Rory Daniels, one of them. So here we go, Craig Burke in the red, Stephen Creese in the blue. Bit of facial contact there immediately.
Contact straight again. Only for contact. He's changing to the left stance now. Craig straight away, you saw his knee come up then and back again. He's very fast, but he does a lot of just one techniques, and sometimes I'm always tempted to put that kick after a combination. Shoot down kick to the body. Is it strong enough? One judge says he couldn't see it. Yes, it's give it 2 points to Craig Burke.
Yes, he saw there, Stephen went to go for the combination himself, but
Yeah.
just pulled back at the last second there.
Side kick from Craig. Another 2 points.
Good strong technique as well.
Good strong technique. Stephen keeps changing stance. He will know Craig though. Good point from Stephen there. He's the first in there. I think referees, yes, referees fan. Point for Stephen. That means there was a red and a blue flag out, and the referee saying he was first. He's gone for that leg, but that was too high, that sweep.
Yes, that sweep almost seemed to land almost on the back of the knee.
Back of the knee, which is dangerous. Craig's been given the point for the punch, and he got away with it.
Beautiful move there,
Yeah.
just out of range there though.
Stephen tried to give it back.
Knee's gone again.
It was a weak punch. Craig done a punch, and before he finishes his punch, he's already on his way out.
Well, he's ready to continue, but will this play on his mind now?
He seems to be. He's sitting back there. Stephen's putting the work on, but all credits. See, a good punch, but he's just pulling off it. His knee's gone again.
I think this is going to be all over for him. I can't see them letting him continue.
No. This would be a shame for Craig, as he's 5-1 here if he can't continue.
Well, he's ready to continue.
Punch. It's gone. It's gone. And it's worrying for me. He's got a lot coming up. He's got the World Championships coming up in November.
Yeah, he's in a lot of pain there.
A lot of pain.
He's saying he can't continue. Stephen Crease goes through by default there, despite being down, but Craig Berg's out. And up next we have Dean Draper versus Paul Simmons. How do you see this one going?
Right, but Paul didn't look like he was very settled in that fight. And Dean, he got his legs going. I think I would be putting my money on Dean for this one, I think. Oh, straight onto the punch. Straight onto it. Wrong line completely for that kick around the back. Squared his body. Now that's what Paul wasn't doing in his first fight. His reverse punch was a bit messy. Another punch there. So that first punch in that fight could have settled him down. Be awarded another point. 2. Oh, that was a kick from Dean as well.
Yes, this one's exploded into life very quickly, hasn't it? Very interesting fight already.
Dean's in the wars again. Anything given there? Warning to Paul.
And a warning to Dean.
Both of them.
Good kick and punch combination there. Ticky, but I think he's only given the. I think only the punch will have scored.
No, he's give the kick. He's give the kick. Another kick to Paul. Now, Paul's looking so much better in this fight than he did in the first fight.
Yes, his confidence level seems to have grown.
Very much so. One more point Paul needs. Dean's lost it a bit there. He's dropping his head. Another warning. Now that's a separate warning. Oh, there it is. That's got to be it. Paulson just didn't even try to block that. Good, strong referee, Chico. Definitely. And he's giving another warning. That's warning for exaggerating contact. And I like to see that when referees give that. They should do it more in football.
Yeah, certainly when they dive, Tiggy, yeah. So that gives us then our third quarter finalist.
Now, Rory Daniels and Stephen.
Now, in many ways, Stephen, we think, was probably fortunate to go through with the injury. Would you tip Rory for this one?
I think he's going to get them legs going. He's not stretching them hips again. But Stephen now, he's seems to be a lot more settled than he was with Craig.
Well, in many respects, he was given a second chance, wasn't he? Maybe that's all he needed, and he's thinking, could be my night.
It could be. You never know. Anything can happen. Score there to Rory for a punch. Rory Daniels in the red belt. Stephen Crease in the blue. Try to sweep, try to kick.
But as you said, Stephen seems to have settled a lot quicker there.
He does look more settled, but Rory came in very fast there with a very good punch. Punch to the body. If that didn't score, then he should have scored the one. He's got 2 points. So he's got 2 punches in before the referee has called stop, so they will both count. Tic for tac there, they both tried to sweep and missed. Oh, there it is. Superb.
Just when Tiki told you that he was good with his legs, Rory brings out a beautiful kick there for a big 3-point score.
6-0 at the moment. He'd be looking to get another one of them. Stephen's got to do some work. He's kicking and punching. Good punch for Rory.
He's just too quick off the mark for him at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah. One more point for Rory. Rory's fighting much better. Sometimes, you know, he went away to Iran. He didn't really get it going out there, and sometimes you need that to really make you go back to the...
He certainly seemed to have grown in confidence in this second fight.
Yeah, he's looking much better as that punch to the face again. He makes contact from that, but Rory goes back to the drawing board. Thinks, right, I didn't fight very well out there. What was I doing wrong? And that was one of them. That punching over the top with too much contact. Yeah, he's giving kick off straight away, so it was a hard punch. So now he needs to get 2 more points. Legs are flying. Good. I think.
Yes, it's good to watch both men using their legs well. And even though it looks like he's going out, Stephen was certainly better in this one, wasn't he?
Yes, yes. Touch there. Suzanne Jennery there, sorry, and Billy Brennan. Suzanne Jennery does a lot of work for the English team. My partner, and Billy Brennan, who is a world referee and a chairman. And that's a point given to Rory. Did he give a point there? Oh, superb kick. A little bit hard. I thought him with the heel instead of the flat of the foot, but he's strong boy, Stephen, he'll take that. Probably more angry with himself than pain. He got caught with that, and that will give him the fight.
And what a marvellous way to finish it as well. So, as you mentioned before, good with his legs, and it's good to see. And this is what will bring spectators into this sport when they see that sort of kick.
Yeah.
Right, welcome to the third group stage of the first ever OTN, the Outdoor Television Network 10K Karate Clash. The fantastic winner-takes-all competition as promoted by Mr. Joe Long. I'm Malcolm Martin, and once again I'm more than happy to have with me the karate legend Tiki Donovan, OBE, our current England coach. Tiki, Group 3, Neil Farquhar, Cedric Wellington, Andy Morgan, Carl Dyer, Davin Pack, Andy Cleves, and Ian Cole. Sadly, Lee Hansdell can't be here tonight. And first up, we've got Neil and Cedric. So as you said, two of our older competitors, but I know, talking to Cedric quite recently at one of the Welsh tournaments I was at, he is really, really up for this.
Yes, so I've been told. I was speaking to him earlier, and he's a nice guy. And Neil Farquhar, he's representing the Children's Hospice Association in Scotland. And if he wins his money, he's donating it to them. So that's a nice
It's a
touch.
fantastic gesture.
That's a nice touch. But here we go with Neil in the red belt and Cedric in the blue. A lot of experience with both of them.
Yes, Cedric from the Wellington dynasty, really, isn't it?
Yes,
Tiki?
yes. Oh, a lovely kick there from Cedric. Gone over his head. No, he's still there. 38 and looking good, Cedric.
Yes, we have the mouth-watering potential here with Ian Cole at 37, who quite intentionally and in the sense of fun has wound up Cedric about this tournament, and there's a good chance they could meet.
They could do, but Cedric mustn't do that. That's a lack of competition. He just turned his head and went to walk away, and he's got a warning for that. Now Neil, he's still fighting for Scotland. He's still on the scene. But this is what shows when these fighters, when they're a little bit ring rusty, that's the silly thing they do, is to turn away after. Just lose that bit of concentration. I thought the first punch Cedric done should have been a point.
And he certainly proved to retain his flexibility there. A couple of nice kicks, as you said, that he didn't quite score with, but he's obviously still retained that flexibility he was famous for.
And another one there. The referee just walked in front of it, couldn't see the finish of it, but it's just got to watch that control, Cedric, there.
Yes, there's been no complaint for either man. They just nodded at each other. I think they want to get on and go with this.
That's it. Point to Cedric. Oh, good kick round the back. 2 points to Neil. That was a nice solid kick. Sam hit his elbow. I don't think so, Cedric, when you watch it. But you've got to try. Just a little bit too close for them kicks. He needs to. Look, he's the taller man, and he needs to use his distance more.
I was just about to say, he is looking to use it, and I think Neil's got used to that now, hasn't he? And he's countering it well. So actually, instead of being an offensive tool, Cedric's losing points through it.
Yeah, and there's another one he's given away by looking away again. Another Bobby. Turn his head.
Yes, part of it.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that Wellington dynasty we're on about, Cedric is part of, is Unel and Stephen Wellington as well, all highly regarded in their days.
Yeah.
But I think you're right here. I think Cedric feeling the lack of genuine competition. I think, Tiki, this is one of the great things that Joe Long has done. He's brought back some names from the past, so he's gained interest over like 3 generations of fighters. That people want to see if these guys have still got it. They want to see the new breed coming through. Then you've got the likes of Wayne Otto as well. He's just got a marvellous mix here.
Good mixture, a very good mixture. And it's good. It's good for the young ones to get a chance to fight the old ones. It's good to see the older ones can still do it. No, did he give a draw there? And that will be sudden death. And it'll be the first one to score. Was that ended? It's Jerry Fleming, ex-world champion, the Scottish coach.
I think Cedric felt that one was strong in the face. He was blinking heavily.
Yeah, he's got a warning for contact there. He's turned away. He's got to stop doing that. And whether this is... I'm not sure if that was the time in this is Encho Sim, which means it's the first one to score.
Yes, you're right, Tiki. And it was Neil Farquhar who got the nod. Cedric sportingly there holding his hand up, but he'll be bitterly disappointed. But as you said, it's great to see him out there.
It's good to see him out there. And, you know, he's enjoyed it. You've enjoyed it. Now this is a be interesting. Andy Morgan and Cole Dyer. It's the first time I've seen Andy for a long time. I'm just wondering, what I'm wondering is what his control is going to be like. His kickboxing.
With the kickboxing background. And again, with all due respect to Andy, he's probably at the highest range of age as well, isn't he?
Yeah, and there it goes. A bit of contact there in the fight. Now again, see, this is where people haven't been fighting for a long time. You see Cole thought he'd scored a point and just stops. They're both going to get a warning for that.
Yes, as Tiki said, both men there getting the warning. Bit of contact coming in. But again, both these men at the higher range of the age scale.
Enough hits there, Cole. You're going to have to stretch the hips out of them kicks. That's what he's trying to do, Cole. But he's just trying to pick him up with that front hand. As soon as Andy lifts his leg off, there it is again. There it is
Strong
again.
contact there from Carl.
Yeah.
Must point out, though, that Andy didn't make a fuss. He was straight up, wasn't he? As you said, with that kickboxing background, he was straight up, and I think if the referee wasn't there, he'd probably gone straight across.
Yeah. So Kikoku to Cole, which gives 1 point away.
Yeah, Cedric's really, Carl has laid out his game plan, really, hasn't he, Tiki? He wants his man to come in, and then he's going to react off that, isn't he?
Yeah. But really, he's got to remember he's one down. He needs to be going for a point. But take my hat off to him. There he is. He's out there doing it, showing the young ones they can still get up and fight. So.
Yes, Andy Morgan still looked fit there at 45, and he's got the result.
Yeah, by 1 point.
Yes, this next one's interesting though, Tiki. We've got Davin Pack, 20 years of age, and Andy Cleves, roughly the same age, 2021. But the thing is, Andy's taught by Sean Vieira. He's another sports martial artist. Fights in the Semi-Contact Super League, so again it'll be a clash of stars. And we saw his mentor Sean didn't really come to terms with it at all, so this will be very interesting.
So it will be interesting. Davin's been on good form. He just fought very well in Iran, and so last year was a good point straight away. He won the Junior World Championships last year. The beginning of the year he had a couple of bad tournaments, and then he come really strong in the See, that's where you was talking about. See how he put his head down there. It's not knowing the rules. And Davin got a point, and he was lucky, and he didn't get a warning now. Not that he probably wouldn't see.
Yeah, you said again his head going down again there. Each time he attacks with the backhand.
Look, he's lost him completely there. He couldn't see that punch from Davin, and he should get a warning for that. There's a warning from Chico.
The problem he faces within the Semi-Contact Super League and within the framework that he fights.
I mean, the martial arts is you never take your eyes off the opponent. Davin's a good all-rounder, and Chico's realising that he's not really up to the rules because he's let this go. If that had been, he has given him another one.
He's facing exactly the same problem as Sean.
Yeah,
he's tried well there, but
see, look, he don't know where. Once he's looking down, he doesn't know where he's going anyway. So he's trying techniques, but. Another warning.
Yeah, it's a pretty torrid time for Andy Cleves in there, and I think it shows that
good fight from Davin Pack, a treble there, beautifully.
Because 1 or 2 generations removed, Tiki, a lot of the guys from karate, kung fu, taekwondo would do all the circuits, wouldn't they? The traditional, they'd all fight in each other's styles.
Yeah.
And we don't see so much of that at all anymore, really.
It's nice to bring them all together. It's took a punch, a little bit of contact on that one, I think, but he's took it well. He's took it, Andy. He's not made a fuss of that at all. I think that was a little bit hard, really. It could have been a warning. Davin's fighting really, really well at the moment. He's in Iran, he was the anchor man. Now he's lost it and disqualified him there.
Yes, sadly on the rules, it was a chance that Andy Cleves took. They knew this before they came into the competition, so there's no excuses for Andy. He's a great competitor, but really in this one, under the rule system, totally outclassed, Tiki.
Yeah.
Well, sadly with Lee Housdall not being here, Ian Cole gets a bye to fight Davin Pack, which should be very interesting, Tiki.
Yeah, yes it will be. That's Ian Cole showing off his foot.
First decider, Tiki. Surely we should be going with Neil Farquhar here.
I fancy Neil. Point for Neil. It's one of his favourite techniques. That dummy with the stomach punch and come over the top to the head.
Yes, just to remind you, close at the moment, isn't it, Tiki?
It is.
As you said, they're very evenly matched.
Drops his head down again. And he drops his head right down there. And a bit of contact as well, was it?
Yes, I think that's what Andy was acknowledging there.
Yeah.
And he's got his warning.
Just needed to miss a beat and then do the punch. They get too excited, they punch too soon, they missed.
Because everything was right before that, wasn't he? Took him down sweetly.
Took him down and just got excited. I always say to him, when you sweep someone, miss a beat and then let the punch go.
From the boos there, Tiki, which is the first time we've heard it tonight, do you feel that maybe Neil's fans felt that should have been the point with the second punch?
No, it was Andy actually. Sorry, no, it was Andy who was in the blue belt that done the sweep.
Oh, sorry.
And he's done the punch, and if it's on the other side to the public, they can't see whether it's missed. So, but we've got Neil in the red belt, Andy in the blue, and Andy's just pulled the point back, so it's 1-1. These later groups now are going to be searching with their breathing. Oh, good. He's having trouble with them gloves, Andy's. Got to be very careful with that, because if you stop, now he's got a warning for that. If you stop and put your hands up, it doesn't mean to say the fight's finished until the referee says stop. And I've seen many people score while someone's got their hand up in the air. He's given a warning for that. Only the referee can stop the fight. Still 1-1.
It's very tight, this one, and again, as we mentioned earlier, there's the hook kick again from Andy, but it's a reverse hook kick there, nice spin to it. But those punches of his, do you think maybe too many years kickboxing, they just seem to be a bit hooky?
What I'm just looking at, Andy, a lot of it, what he's doing is off target. You know, the kicks are nice, but they're not on target. And I think he's got to focus more. Oh, there was the kickboxing come out of there. He ducked, hooked one to the ribs, and then a left hook. That was
yes, very unorthodox by karate term.
Well, and that's going to be his second warning, I'm afraid.
And I mean, to be fair to Neil, although he went down, he hasn't made a fuss. He got straight back up. I think he was stunned because, as we said, left to the body, then the follow-up punch to the head. But he's taken it well.
He's a strong boy, Neil, but that was a whack. Yeah, now Andy's got to do some work. Making contact again there. He's going to throw this away.
He shook his head there, but I don't think he can have any complaints, really. I mean, refereeing's been very, very strong tonight.
Yeah, I think he shook his head out of frustration then, because he had that last chance. He knew the time was running out. Good win from Neil. I think that's Andy a little bit being rusty there. So now, Davin Pack versus Ian Cole.
Davin Pack versus Ian Cole.
20 years old against 37 years old.
That's the leg.
If I were to put you on the spot at this early stage between these two, who'd you slightly favour to go through for that quarter-final place?
At the moment, the way Davin fought in Iran, I would have to say Davin, but you can never write Ian Cole off. Ian at the moment, he's not doing a lot of individual fighting, but he's a man for the team. You know, you put him in that team and he'd give it everything he's got for the team.
Having watched him over the years as well, Ian switches well, doesn't he? When you talk about, earlier you were talking about combinations, Ian's one of those guys that does that sort of thing, isn't he?
Yeah, he is one of the best combination fighters in the squad, actually. He can really put a combination together. He's just pulled a punch back there. Good point. Davin rolled that. One of the judges is showing contact. Warning. That's good refereeing, really. Davin Pack against France in the final of Europeans a couple of years ago got his jaw broken in 3 places and just stood there. And they gave the Frenchman the point. It was only after he said, I think my jaw's broken. And a point from Davin, I would say that was, but Ian did punch over the top. Let's see what referee is going to give there.
There'll be a split-second thing because, as you said, both men punching at the same time.
Looking towards Ian. No, it's Davin. 2-1 to Davin. Ian's got to do something here.
Again, very tight.
Oh, there it is. That was there. What happened there? That looked a kick to me. Did it you?
It's hard to tell, because as I said, on the monitors here, but I would certainly bow to your experience, Tiki. You got very excited, let's put it that way.
I'm sure that was in. I'm sure that was the 3-pointer. Oh, Ian, you left it too long. Well, you know, when the camera scanned on the... Two great friends. When it scanned on the guy, they seemed to think it was a point. When they scanned on the audience,
Right, here we are with the fourth and final group stage of the first ever OTN 10K Karate Clash. 10,000, one man only can claim it, as promoted by Mr. Joe Long. I'm Malcolm Martin, and once again I've got with you Tiki Donovan, OBE, the current English coach. And Tiki, we're probably looking at a great group here. We've got Wayne Otto, Winston Williams, Scott Gemmell, Tony Leslie, Leon Martin, Jason Legister, Mike Lynch and Gareth Reynolds. But the first name out there, someone you know very, very well, and like yourself, proudly one of our only two OBEs in this sport, Wayne Otto.
Wayne Otto, yeah, 9 times world champion, a great, great competitor, and I know he's trained hard for this. Retired 2 years ago. £10,000 has brought him back out of retirement, and I hope to keep him going. He's my assistant coach, but I'd love to see him fighting in the World Championships in the team event.
Now, Ian Cole gone out. We saw that in Group 3. In some sort of controversial circumstances, we thought maybe a good kick there had landed. With Wayne, as you said, retired 2 years ago, come out for this. Realistically, can he still take this?
Well, we've just been to Iran and he fought there and he fought very well. And then he goes through his ritual. And Wayne is a fighter and he wants this. And he wants not just the money, he wants to show people he can still do it. At the moment, everyone's talking about him and he's just got to do the job and not think he's got to do something for the crowd. Let that just come naturally. There's a punch from Wayne and another punch.
The most famous by far, with no disrespect to any of the others, he said the weight of expectation on his shoulders.
Let's see.
For me, having watched him over the years, he certainly has the most scariest glare I've seen in karate.
Shark eyes. He just glares. And he doesn't let anybody off the hook. You know, he'll keep on him. He'll keep on him. There's a point. Good point to the face.
And he's always been and still is in superb physical condition.
He's very fit. He's trained hard for this. And it's hard for Winston. It's his, so he's been off the scene for a while and he hasn't had a good draw to Paul Wayne for the first one. So give him a warning there. Is he bleeding or? But he's got Jason Legister in this, so he's got a warning for contact. There's also Jason in this pool, who's world champion at the moment, fighting very well. The sharp kick to the body, lovely kick, superb. So you can't make a mistake. If you make a mistake and give Wayne an opening, he'd be in there. He'd take it. There's a point for Wayne.
Yes, whatever rust he had, he seemed to have worked out pretty quickly.
Feint with the punch to the stomach, then over the top with the front hand.
When you've got someone like Wayne in your pool and other people watching, if you're going to beat the man, what is the way to do it, Tiki? How would you suggest, if you had the opposite corner and you knew Wayne was your opponent, what would you say to him?
That's something I can't say at the moment. I know Wayne's weakness, but I can't give it up. I can't tell anyone because I want him still to fight for the World Championships. But Winston pulled a point back there. What he's got to do, Winston, is he's got to start doing more work. I mean, he's no good just sitting back. Look, he's sitting back as if he's winning now. You know, that's not going to get him anywhere. That's it, fall over.
And next fighters, Scott Gemmell versus Tony Leslie.
So, for the pleasure of meeting Wayne Otto, we have Scott Gemmell and Tony Leslie now. We find this one interesting because Tony Leslie, the Tiger International champion, very well rated by his coach Gary Wisniewski.
And Scott is a good sweeper actually, so it's a point there. The 2 kick, the kick round the back, which will give 2 points. One judge couldn't see it. Yes, he's got that. We've got Scott with a red belt on and Tony with the blue. But he's walked right into that. That looked a point to me. He's moving in as he's kicking off the back leg, which you're open for a reverse punch then. And a punch again.
Yes, Tony's trying to get his legs off, but as you mentioned before, it's very difficult if you don't lead with a combination first and brings the legs afterwards. He's going straight with the leg.
Scott's got a bit of blood on his lip.
Yeah, bottom lip there's cut, I think. But Tony really needs to change tactics here, doesn't he, Tookie? He telegraphs that to a certain extent.
He does.
That leg.
I think he needs to get his front leg going more than off that is that back leg again.
This can also be a problem when you're top dog in your own association or federation. Is credible competition. Once you've established yourself in that prime position, you then have to sometimes really go outside of that to make a wider mark.
You do, and he's just got caught again with that same technique again, trying to kick round the back, and Scott on a reverse punch. He's got no counter punch there, Tony, and that's what he needs now.
Yes, the sweep led to
And
the
that was a
punch.
2 points.
Set him up with that sweep.
Like a Scottish fan to me. 1 point.
Looking at the disgust there, I think actually it was Tony's fan there.
Well, I think it was, yeah.
He wasn't impressed with that decision.
It wasn't. And that's it. Fight over. Just let off that back leg too much. Squared on his opponent.
And next fighters, Leon Martin versus Joseph
Now, Leon Martin is fought for England as a junior, but he's up against Jason Legister. Jason very, very fast. Sometimes will come out and be spectacular, or will just wait and pinch his points. Just got to watch the contacts of it. Jason is very, very strong. Oh, superb. Kick to the face there. The back leg, that was fast. Beautiful kick. Leon didn't even see it. Made a little bit of contact. But sometimes it's shot.
Yes, as you said, Jason right on form at the moment, and he's showing it today.
Yeah. That was a superb kick. That's what the crowd want to see. Just letting Jason take the fight to him as well. He should be attacking Jason.
It's absolutely cold there, wasn't it?
Absolutely. So when you're 5 down, you should be going forward.
Missed by a whisker, that one.
Yeah, it was close. And there's another punch to Jason. See, he's not doing anything, you know. You've got to try. You've got to try it. So he should be just. He's going to lose.
And the pressure's off Jason as well, isn't it? So he's more than happy for it to be like this because he's well up. I think Leon's shaking his head there, Tiki. I think he probably will reflect on what you were saying later when he watches this. And I think he knew there, you saw on his face shaking his head to say, I didn't do anything there.
He didn't. Mike Lynch in the red belt and Gareth Reynolds in the blue belt. Hopefully
they'll go for it rather than
the good kick from Gareth there. Superb front leg, Joe Mawashi, roundhouse kick to the face. I'm looking at Mike and he seems to drop his hands a lot. He's going to have to keep his hands up higher to block that kick from Gareth.
Yes, a very lively start from Gareth. Nice movement as well for a young man.
Yeah, he's very fast. Another point. Oh, Punch to the face.
Yes, referee, I think spotted that as well. But twice just before Mike, very unlucky with those kicks. Could have changed the fight there.
It could have. With these new rules, you know, one good kick and you're back in it. Another punch to Gareth, I think, there, over the top.
Remember, although this is the fourth pull, it's still only his first fight, so he's got his range really quickly.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, lovely kick. Was it close enough? Yeah, one of the judges there's got his flag up. That's it. 3 points again. That's the fight over.
Yes, very impressive there from Gareth. And he'll have to press again in his next fight.
Yeah, he's enjoyed that one now. He's got to work.
Right, the final pull. 2 quarter-final places up for grabs in that last quarter-final. Wayne Otto and Scott Gemmell going for the first of them in this, the OTN 10K Challenge.
Distance there. Yeah, there's one. That's what he's famous for, his sweeps. Did he get into that, or did he miss? Yes, he got it. Missed with one, but like I say, Wayne reminds me of a big cat. He's back on him again.
But imagine when you're fighting someone like Wayne Otto, really the only way you can go is to go for it. You can't allow all the stuff that he brings to the table to intimidate you. You've got to go out there as if it is the final, really.
You have. It's like exactly what Leon didn't do with Jason. If you're going to stand there, you're just going to get hit. You know, you've got to throw it, you've got to try. Have a good punch there.
So fast with that reverse punch,
He's
isn't
very fast. His punch, he can kick, he can sweep. He's pulling off that punch a bit.
Yeah, Wayne almost landing with the kick, then does land with the punch. Yes, you can see the sheen on Scott's forehead there. It's very hot with the geese as well, and the lights that you have to have for the cameras.
Yeah. Good side kick, and he's
Onto the judges' table.
Saved by the judges' table. I said it was a push, no point. Wouldn't like to get pushed by it, but that's it.
Scott put up a brave effort, but quite a comfortable passage there for Wayne into that quarter-final berth.
A lot of experience there. Scott's young guy, he's only 23.
So 1 quarter-final place left up for grabs, and that will be contested between Jason Legister and Gareth Reynolds.
Interesting fight now. Both sort of the same height. I think Gareth will give him more of a fight than Leon. Good punch by Jason. Good zigzag. Feinted with the stomach punch, then come over the top.
And we've got 2 young men here, both with very nice movement, both light on their toes, aren't they?
Yeah. Both good all-rounders. There's his side kick. That's what he's very good with that side kick.
Now from there that seemed to land Tiki, so why would that one not have been scored?
Well, Gareth took it well, and there's a punch, That must be Judges' flags are down. There's a referee full jump there, which means one punch. There's a difference between if you sweep the person down and punch them, you get 3 points. But if they fall over and you just do a punch, you only get the 1 point.
Right. So at the moment, as you quite rightly said, Gareth's giving him a real fight, isn't he?
He is. In fact, there's a sweep. A bit late.
He really is going for it.
Yeah.
Has Gareth, do you feel, got a good future just looking at this?
Yes, I do think he's got a good future. He's hungry, he travels around to going for different competitions.
But Jason seems to me to combine marvellous movement with good hand-eye awareness as well. He seems to put it all together.
Yeah, very good coordinating. Can't see. They both went in with punches there. It's gone Jason's way.
And clock must be ticking down now as well.
Yeah. Oh, superb punch from Jason. Yeah, it'd be very interesting. It'd be very interesting. You know, he's finding a lot of experience here.
I don't know if you can see that, Tiki. The first kick was almost like an axe kick.
Axe kick, and he's got to be careful with that. I mean, that could have put him out of the fight. He could have got disqualified. It could have hit him on top of the head. But that back kick caught him right in the kidneys there. And he's won the fight. Yeah, bit of a dangerous kick to use at that time. It's all right if you could control it, but...
First quarter final, Kane Canning versus Leon Walters.
Kane's still 19, still a junior, but fighting with the seniors now. He's earned his place in the seniors, although he's under 21. At 18 years and above, you can represent in both junior and senior events.
And it'll be Kane in the red, in the blue, Leon in the red.
Kane won't stop. It looked to me like it was Kane first. It was.
Yes, the referee agrees with you there, Tiki. So first blood, isn't that, to Kane?
He's blocking with, now Kane's blocking with both hands there, and that's what Leon's got to pick up. To now coming there it was with the punch after. Kane's got to be careful of that. And there's a punch, and that's what he's got to do.
Well, he's in a very tight quarter-final at the moment with Kane Canning. Nothing between them at the moment.
1-1. He's trying to... Kane's lifting... Oh, that... Now, again, that was up there. That's 3 points. That's got to be 3 points.
Yes, as you were saying before, it's the combinations that open the legs up. He used the hands and the foot leg came over the top.
That's it. And
beautiful hook.
He can do them, the combinations. Leon, he should put them kicks up again. He's...
As you said that, Tiki, he did it again. The knock is scored.
That was Kane that done the kick. Kane done a front leg roundhouse kick then, and he scored 3 points. Just pulled it right back again. So you can't... there's the point. That's the one again. Sometimes with the fighters, I can't understand them now. They do something and it scores, and then they want to do something else. And you think, well, do it again. If it's working, keep doing it.
Kane just out there. It's Leon that goes through. But to me, that was a very rewarding fight, Tiki. That was probably one of the best so far. The ante's been upped and they've responded wonderfully, really. Yeah. But as you said, we saw a bit more of the range that Leon's got, didn't we, in that contest?
Yeah, Kane made him work. But he, you know, he could have scored more. So now we have Rory and
Paul Simmons. We have Paul Simmons in the red and Rory Daniels in the blue.
Oh, good points, everybody. Two very fast. Out, and there's a kick to the head. Superb. Which is 3-pointer. That's where Paul's got to keep his eye all the time.
And again, as in the first quarter-final, you felt the tension rise.
Oh, there's the kick again. The judges haven't seen it. That was there. Oh, the referee's seen it. Perhaps the judges have seen it. Yes, there's a flag up there. Another 3 points to Rory.
Really responding to the extra pressure. As I said, the second quarter-final, like the first, a great contest. They can see the finishing line closer, and it's being reflected in the way they're fighting, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's getting tighter, so you're getting the best fighters now coming through. When he throws his punches, Paul, he drops his hands after, and that's where Rory kicked that leg up. Just drops his head a little bit, loses focus, and that's where he's got to be careful.
Right the way through this series, though, Rory has had the most vocal support. You've heard them every time he comes on the mat. He's brought a lot of people with him, Tiki.
He has, yeah. He's just got another point there. He seems to have a big crowd with him. He's training hard. He's on the plan. He should be fitter. And again, he's just been to Iran, fighting out there. It doesn't matter how much training you do, you've got to be on that mat fighting.
Next fighters are Neil Farquhar versus Davin Pack.
So this third quarter final, Neil Farquhar, Davin Pack. How do you see this one going, Tiki?
I would have to look for Davin on this, with his present form, but you know, Neil, he's got better as the day's gone on. A bit of height and weight he's giving away to Davin here.
Yes, Neil in the red, Davin in the blue. And this is the third quarter final of the 10K challenge. The winner of this walking away with £10,000.
Good double hand there from Davin, feinted to the face with the front hand and scored with the backhand. Neil needs to do a bit more pulling if he's going to work on Davin like that. Yeah, got a point there. And this looks a lot tighter, isn't it?
Yes, at stake here.
That looked like Neil again in there. Oh no, it's gone. Yes, it's gone to Neil. And they change around on the monster. It looks like going to the other opponent. So he's going to have to block his reverse punch now. Another point to Neil. That was a good face punch there. Well, he's fighting well here, Neil. He's pulling Davin well and picking him off. And Davin's just bouncing with him at the moment. He's got to be doing a lot more work than this.
Yeah, as you said that,
Pointing to Neil again.
Neil gave a nod to his corner there as if to say, yeah, I'm in control here. As you said, a couple of good head kicks and you can turn this around immediately.
Completely, yes. And I think that's what Davin needs for himself, but Neil's not going to let him off the hook like that. Just out of range, there's a punch. That's a punch for Davin, I should think. Yeah. Front hand from Davin there. Referee's seen it. He's pulled another one back, so 4-3 at the moment. And again, Zach Given, there's Jerry Fleming, the Scottish coach.
Shaking his head there.
Yeah, because they're giving Davin another point. He didn't want to see that. So 4-4. So Neil had it there, and he's a super. Well, that was a super sweep. He's caught Davin there, so Davin's got to be careful because Neil will come out for that again. He's wide open for that then. Davin's fighting from a lot punch there. Davin's fighting from a lot longer distance now, and that's what he should have been doing at the beginning.
Yes, and in his attitude as well, you can almost see that balance of power shift, can't you? You can see, and he's won it right at the death.
Pulled it back and won it. Now Neil must be really upset with himself there. They had him 4-1, did he? And he's wound up losing 5-4.
He was 4-1 up, you're right, Tiki, yeah. And that's a good point to mention now, the fourth quarter final. On paper, the most attractive one here, Wayne Otto versus Jason Legister. And quite possibly, Tiki, the winner of this, a good bet maybe for the 10,000.
I should think so, yes. Whoa, so this is speed, Jason. He's so fast when he comes in. You know, as I say, people have got to be standing in front of him to get the benefit of it. But Wayne won't, there's Wayne, he won't stop now. He face punch there.
immediate reaction there from Wayne, and that old competitive spirit came back big time. And immediately that happened, you can hear the crowd, Tiki. The heat's just risen in there, a good few degrees.
Not only the £10,000, but Wayne will want to win this for himself. You know, he's a very, very proud man.
Jason thinks he scores there.
I think he did. It's Wayne's point, so he brings it back to 1-1.
Jason shaking his head there, Tiki, hands on the hips.
Yeah, well, we couldn't really, I mean, from this angle, we could only see Jason's punch. I couldn't see the finish of Wayne's punch, but there's three judges down there. So, I mean, it's so fast that sometimes you can think you scored a point and you don't even see your opponent's punch. It can be in and out before you saw it, if it's a good controlled head punch.
And especially when we're talking about two of the best in the business.
Yeah.
It is that close, isn't it?
It is that close. It is that close. Wayne looked like he scored a point there. He's got to stop that turning off. Yeah, he scored another point there. Jason will be coming for him now.
It looked like another one to me, straight in as well, from the moment they went off.
Came over the top, but it was short. He's going to give it. Yeah, it was right. 2-2s. That was front hand from Wayne there. That was definitely first and Jason was second. Now
I think, pointing at Jason though.
No, it's Wayne. Is it?
Yes, you're right. Wayne. He's giving it to Wayne, yeah. This has really come into life, this one, Tiki. As you said, it's a shame because this could be a final.
And Wayne's done it and he's in the final. Nothing spectacular, but I didn't expect it really. They're two very, very good fighters, and the determination, Wayne will not give up.
So right, with that final contest, in the quarterfinals, we have our semi-final lineup: Leon Walters versus Rory Daniels, and Davin Pack versus Wayne Otto.
Okay, first semi-final of the evening then. Leon Walters versus Rory Daniels.
It should be very interesting. Say Rory, after seeing Kane score with that kick, people thinking, can I do the same?
Yes, because we saw in both their quarterfinals, both men also very good kickers themselves. So this has the potential to be a real classic.
It will be a classic. All that'll be on their mind at the moment is I've got to get this person out of the way. Good punch from Leon there.
It started like a train in this one, Tiki. He's really come straight out.
Yeah. Point to Leon. Good punch. You're going to see a tight fight from Leon. I think that low kick there. Low kick, the judges give it 2 points.
Yes, he switched there before that kick, didn't he?
Yeah, change stance.
As you said, rather than being flamboyant, it looks like he's grinding out a result here to get to that final.
To get to that final. I think Rory's the one where you'd be throwing everything but the kitchen sink, and Leon will be looking for his points. And there to Rory. Oh, another good punch from Leon. You give a point to Rory then. You give another point to Rory, and he's give Leon and Mabobby, I think. Now Leon has got this tendency to think he scored and just turned his head away, like you said before. And see how that kick comes straight up after. Oh, good. Trading well here, trading well.
Yes, I think Leon learned from that last one, didn't he? He kept going, kept trading.
It looks like he's point to Leon. Oh, there was a kick. Super. They're saying he's there punch first, but Referee's saying there was a punch. Oh, he's given the punch before the kick. He's thinking, why did I do that punch first then, I should think. It would have been 3 points, but Rory won't stop.
And considering the pressure that both men are under, this has been a very entertaining semi.
Yes, another point to Leon. Leg's always dangerous from Rory though. That's where Leon looks off. Got to keep that eye contact. Point to Rory there.
And as you can hear in the background there, Tiggy, this semi-final's caught the imagination as well. Two good sets of fans there.
Yeah.
And they're actually on their feet and singing when the camera pans around.
Another point to Rory. This is what I like to see with him. I'd love to see him just keeping on, and it's not over till the bell rings and the referee says stop, it's finished. It's no good just stand there dancing with them, you've got to keep trying. Good fight.
Yeah, Rory acknowledging a very good support there.
Very good. That's it. I want them to keep working like that, and we can win the World Championships.
So we have one finalist guaranteed already, young Mr. Leon Walters, and Davin Pack and Wayne Otto are fighting now to meet him. Wayne in the red, Davin in the blue. Davin with a mountain to climb.
They mustn't make a mistake.
Yes, because
oh, there was a good punch there. Now that was Wayne first, I thought, and Davin second, but yes. Concentration there. Just got to keep working and pulling each other, trying to make one make a mistake. I look like Davin first on that one. Referees give it to Wayne.
Who's there from the crowd, Tiki, but it's so close, isn't it?
Yes,
this level.
And I think that was Davin's first, but if you look at the way they're fighting, the referee's on that side, so he would see Wayne's hand, he wouldn't see Davin's, and he'd rely on the judges. Davin got that one.
And straight back into Wayne there. He's really trying to give him no respite, isn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah. And he's made a mistake, and did he get a point there? Wayne's getting a warning for turning away.
He just looks a bit frustrated there when he was walking back.
Yeah.
Seemed a bit out of sorts.
He went for the sweep and missed it, and he's got through it. Skin of his teeth, but that's all it matters.
When we were commentating on the semi-final stage, we did note that when he came off, Wayne Otto, for the first time in the evening, did seem tired. Do you think this might have a bearing on this final?
We will see. It could do. I think a lot with Wayne in this is mentally, but he looks up for it now. I haven't seen him lose a final.
So there you have it. Leon Walters in the red, Wayne Otto in the blue.
Out, and that should have been a point to Wayne straight away there with the Gakuzuki. But as I thought, Leon come straight at him. Leon watched him, thought, is he looking tired? That's lucky Wayne. He's just.
But as you said, they haven't wasted any time getting to know each other.
I see it will either be just testing each other out, or if it's someone, I knew it'd be Leon that would start it off, and that's a point to Wayne Otto. Wayne in the blue and Leon in the red.
As soon as they came out there, you saw that look on Wayne's eyes, and you said he's back, he's fired up.
He's back, he's fired up. The eyes are there. I've never seen him lose a final individual. Chico's looking to give the point, and it's given.
As they came down those steps though, Tiki, they were given like a pop star reception, people standing up, mobbing them on the back.
They deserve it. They deserve it. Just got to keep your head up there, Wayne. He's dropping his head a little bit. Leon's going to come out with them kicks.
And we said it before, but I mean, hats off to Joe Long. I mean, he's continued to innovate, and he's really tried his best to get karate on the television map, and he's done it again here, hasn't he?
Another point to Wayne Otto. Joe has done a fabulous job. The atmosphere out there is electric. Big.
Everything to fight for here. These two men probably 2 minutes away from £10,000, the richest prize in British karate history.
£10,000 or nothing. So there's a lot there, isn't there?
Especially as for these two men, it's been a long haul to this final. Some great competitors they've had to beat on the way, and yet one of them is still going to go home with nothing.
With nothing. Who's the winner and who's the best loser? That looked to Leon's punch there, but Wayne's got inside it. And another one to Wayne. That's 4-0 at the moment. Just keeping it simple. Tension on the people. Just keep your head up. Leon's got to go for a big one.
And if it stays this way, the legend just grows, Tiki, doesn't it?
It does. That looks another point to Wayne, was it? Yeah.
Leon, for the first time there, his head went down. He looked just a bit dejected as he looked at the referee.
And a point, that looked like another punch to Wayne. Judge is saying it went past. Referee is giving it to Leon. Wayne's punch went past.
Wayne blowing heavily again.
5-1. Oh yeah, can you imagine? It must be so hot there. He just keeps catching him with that little sweep. And again, that should have been a point. That should have been a point.
I think that's what the referee was indicating as well, Tick. He was looking at his judges, and yes,
given it.
you're right, he's
Yeah.
given it.
6-1. Leon's got to pull something out big, but he's fighting Wayne's fight. He's just trading with him with punches, and Leon's very good, but he's not going to beat the maestro with that. The only chance that Leon's got getting in this is to go up with a head kick.
There's time running out for Leon here. Wayne.
He's trying to pull him out there.
And he's well ahead, isn't he? He's just got to, and I mean, if anyone's going to keep his cool under pressure, it's going to be Wayne Otto.
It's going to be Wayne. 6-1. Looking tired. Oh, what's happened there? Bit of contact there. He stopped. Get a breather. That's it, Wayne. Breathe.
Does look very tired now, doesn't he?
It's not just the actual competition. It's the pressure of what everyone expects him to beat everybody. And he's shown them all. He's still there. Retired for 2 years. He's come back to beat the best in England, and he has beat the best in England.
Yes, fantastic card that Joe Long put together. A great mix all across the ages, associations, federations.
It looks a point to Leon then, but there was a whistle. It's over, and Wayne is the daddy. Wayne's the daddy, and he's still got it.
Without trying to sound too biased though, when you look at history and the first ever 10k challenge, it almost seems fitting that it's Wayne Otto, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Tiki?
yeah, it does. He deserves it. Look at him. And it's just a shame that karate wasn't in the Commonwealths and the Olympics, because that's the one thing Wayne would have loved, was an Olympic medal.
Well, he's certainly let his emotions go away with him here, Tiki.
Wayne Otto, OBE.
A very emotional Wayne Otto, Tiki, but I mean, as we come to the end here, your thoughts, the first ever 10k challenge. I mean, it's been a great event, hasn't it?
I hope it's the first of many more. And, you know, I think the best man won it.
And as well, we've got the opportunity to say a big thanks really to OTN, Outdoor Television Network, for making this happen, for Joe Long for having the vision. I mean, between these two sets of people, 10k Karate World's in a pure uproar. They've never been so excited, have they?
Sorry.
Yeah, with Dave Courtney now
out.
showing about the 10,000. The Karate World, because of this event, has never been so excited, has it?
No.
I really think this could place karate on the map. And to be honest, what better man to do it?
That's right, and it shows it's a good television sport. You know, people can soon pick up the rules, and it's exciting and it's great.
And the proof's in the pudding. You've still got a full house there at the end of the evening to watch this final. They were mobbed as they came down, and as you said, quite rightly so. And Wayne Otto, just another landmark in what's been a career of landmarks.